Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today we'll be doing another climbing video, and the segment we'll be taking on is the ramp on 128th place to the gates, and it runs for an elevation gain of 300 feet with an average gradient of 14.7%. So this is crazy steep and the steepest I've ever done. And to get here you can climb up 127th place from May Valley Road for about 600 feet. So I definitely already have my warm up in climbing and we're going to keep going. As you can tell from the elevation graph, there's going to be two clear ramp-up periods. I'll give you a spoiler that the second one is even steeper than the first, and the first one we're already at the 20% gradient mark, and it really doesn't let up until closer to the end where it just goes into the mid-teens. So we're in for a doozy here. I'm already in my lowest gear and just sort of make sure I'm spinning and working my way up this hill. And the topic I want to talk about today was just how to prepare and things regarding around riding the steepest hill that you've ever done. And I think a lot of people would say the number one thing is around preparation, preparing you and your bike, making sure that you have the right gearing and that your brakes are working, but you can prepare yourself and your fitness, but also really with the route preparation and the knowledge of knowing what's ahead. I think that's really great to have. A note I want to say about preparing for these sort of steep climbs though is that often gradient levels in the mapping software is not going to correspond with real life. So I'd say in a short assume all the things that you read online with the software is underestimating what you're really going to tackle. I think generally speaking you do build the right feel for it after a while doing enough climbs. But when it comes to your steepest one that you've ever done, yeah, it's always best to play safe and prepare for the worst, which is definitely what I tried to do on this particular day. But as we're going along here, I'm about to finish the first ramp up period. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please roll over the like button and subscribe. It'll really encourage me a lot to get through do this climb again completely the next time. If you guys all hit the like button on this video. But as we finish this now and we get to this flat, normally I'd be rejoicing, but today I was actually a little bit scared, and the reason was just because that I knew the average gradient for this climb was already a crazy 15%. So with the flat portion, that must mean that everything else is just makes up for that by a huge amount, and it will definitely does, as you'll soon see in the video. But I'm still taking it in stride. I'm trying to pick up the speed again now to tackle the next part, and you can see the gradient on the video here to this next part. And whenever you can see gradient on video, that means it's gonna get pretty steep. So now we're starting the second ramp up period, and the main thing I would say about tackling steep climbs also is just taking it one pedal stroke at a time. It's super cliche, and it's something you hear all the time with cycling, but it just can't be any more true that as long as you can keep turning those pedals, the bike's gonna move you forward, and if the bike's moving you forward, you're that much closer towards the end. And that's really what I've been telling myself this whole time. But for this particular day, I actually happened to be a little off. I wasn't really feeling so great from before, and coming into this ride, that was really seeping into me and sort of nagging at me. But I was still here. I was riding on a saddle, and that was the only way that I got to the cadence that I sort of wanted to ride at. I wasn't confident I had it in my legs to really sit down anymore. And as we go on here, we're gonna reach crazy high gradient levels to 30%. And at the time, I did not know. I couldn't even look down on my Garmin at what it was. And I think when this happened, when I felt the 30% in my legs, my body just reacted. It sort of caved into the fear that I was gonna not have enough energy to make it to the end, and I would fall. And here's what happens. And I think I just do it, and I just unclip, and then I start frooming it up at the hill, which is jogging up my bike. And I guess that's the main point. Last point is that there's really, I think, no shame in prioritizing safety, and if you do give out on a challenge, it's okay to let it go for one time and give it another try another time. And that's what happened for me to here today. I really do think I physically had it in me to get it to further on into this hill, But the funny thing is that I actually did complete the segment, and I did happen to actually be the top third person, which is really great, even though it's probably because nobody else has ever ridden this segment. But that was a really surprising thing to find out when I got home. But that's just all to encourage you guys that to go out there and try out your own crazy steep climb, or this one if you like. Leave your comments below and your own experiences, and that's all I have for this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one.